You got some support here, Coach.
Isn't that great? That's wonderful. You know, I think over 20 of my former players from all over the country came back tonight to surprise me. I didn't know they were coming. And I look out there and I see some that were on 2 national championship teams, and I see some that couldn't beat the chiropractic school. But you know what? They all shared the same dream. You know, they all believed in competition. They all believed in each other, and they were all rewarded at some point or another over their career. And they all have their degrees.
That's awesome. 35 years at WashU, 31 consecutive winning seasons. I mean, we heard all the accolades, but take us back to year one. And what was your vision? What did you want for WashU basketball?
I wanted the clock to go faster. We won 3 games that year, you know, and it was an interesting learning experience. I came there from Washington State in the Pac-10. I was assistant for George Raveling for 9 years. And, you know, you're playing Pauley Pavilion, you look at all those banners and everything. My first game here was at Maryville College on a carpet. And I walk in with my team, and there's this little old guy with a vacuum cleaner getting it ready for the game. And that's the way it began. And that year was quite an odyssey. I even had one player block another teammate's shot during a game. It was bizarre. But, you know, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Because in that beginning, you know, we established what we wanted to try to accomplish. And after 3 years, we started winning, and I can honestly say that every kid that came through the program had a successful run. And so I really appreciate them coming back. I appreciate Washington University, the support they've given over the years, and my family's support, and that's why I'm here.
How special was it that it was also your alma mater, that you were able to just, you know, be able to take care of your school?
Yeah, that was very special because, you know, they dropped basketball for 10 years. And when they brought it back and they asked me to come back and be the coach, I knew what they could do there. I knew what, you know, if they put their minds behind it and they really believed in what they wanted to do with athletics, they could accomplish it. And that's exactly what's happened over these years. Like last year, our sports teams won 76% of all games. And so, you know, we take pride in what we're doing. It's a different niche, but, you know, they're all competitors.
And, you know, you talk about, I think there's some coaches in this country that might be a little intimidated to try to coach at a WashU, particularly with those academic standards. But you always said that WashU matches your philosophy. And you talk about true student athletes. Talk about that.
Well, you know, we have a lot of kids that go different directions. You know, we've had kids who have gone on into coaching, doctors, lawyers. I have one guy that's in fashion design that has his own company now, computer specialists. I've got all kinds of different things. And the one thing I always learn is don't try to match their wits. And the second thing was use the whistle. And those 2 things, you know, I acted like I knew more than them, and they bought into it. So we were okay.
And finally, Coach George Raveling went to the Hall of Fame, and he mentioned you in his Hall of Fame speech. What did Coach Raveling mean to you in your career?
Well, he was my mentor. He's the person that introduced me to hard work as far as believing in what you were trying to do. He came into Washington State University back in 1972, I believe it was, and I was on his first staff. And I saw what it was like to be able to build a program, to take young people who, you know, didn't know what they wanted to be in life, and to motivate them and have success with them. And he suffered a lot. You know, there was a lot of people working against him at that time. He was one of the few African-American coaches in the country. And, you know, I learned what it means to persevere, and I learned what it means to compete.
Well, you've had a phenomenal career, Coach. You've been a pillar in this community, and we just want to thank you for your great career. We want to welcome you to the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame. Coach Mark Edwards, folks.
Thank you very much.